Okay, 7th grade, D-Man back. This is going to be the last video that I help with making a shape. So that means objects H, I, and J you will be making on your own. So this is going to be object G. And as always, we need to start by getting rid of Yahoo. We're going to go ahead and begin with our first shape, our first square, which we know our object is 3 inches wide, 3 inches deep, and 3 inches high. So here, let's get our zoom extends. And I'll go to rotate this and zoom out a bit. And now pan it back in. All right, now, hopefully when you look over at part G, you will see that we are going to need to do some addition as well as some subtraction. So I'm going to start out, we're going to begin the first level of our object. And we're going to pull that up. We're going to bring it up 1 inch. All right, now if you look over at that part G, you'll be able to see that we need to remove 2 sections here in the front. I think you know that you should start out with the rectangle tool. We're going to start on that corner. And how big does that have to be? Yes, 1 by 1. And we need to do the exact same thing on this side. 1 by 1. Now, we're ready to go ahead and remove that section. So let's grab our push-pull. And we're going to push these down 1 inch. And now you can kind of see how we're taking shape here. Now I'm going to go ahead and rotate this a little bit so we can see a little bit better what we need to do. And if you look over at that part G, you can see that the corners here, we removed the corners in the back. They need to rise up. You'll be able to determine how high they can go up on your own. And I will just kind of guide you with what we need to draw. So obviously, we will need to make a 1 by 1 square here. And then we need to make a 1 by 1 square over here. Now, as long as I'm on this section, I can see that on part G, there's also a section kind of right in the middle that's going to need to be raised up. So why don't I start right here and start drawing that. And this has to be 2 by 1. Okay. And now you determine how high these 3 objects have to be. Okay, you can do that by looking over at part G. Oh my, Heavens to Murgatroyd. I'm going to go backwards. I just realized that, if you were following what I was doing, you're going to have a little bit of trouble. So let's do this. How high does that have to go? And then how high does that have to go? And then how high does that have to go? Okay, what's the lesson you should have learned out of that? You want to, when you add the largest or the highest or the biggest, however you want to phrase it, section before you do the smaller ones. I'm going to go ahead and orbit this. And we're going to save this. This is part G. Put it in your DM Google SketchUp folder. And then screenshot. Then move on in the slideshow. You need to try to make object H on your own. Okay, you can do it. You've had good practice. You can do it.